Hi there, Dave Rawlings here of the London Longsword Academy, and today I wanted to have a look at Figueiredo's Rule 1 with the Montante. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you it's slightly different to the ways that I've shown this traditionally online. And I want to go through a few observations and a few things that you can look at which I think will help generally with your structure within sword fighting, but some things I think make a little bit of a difference to the drill. Okay, now I'm going to show this with the Montante, obviously for people who can practice this at home and have space, and I'm going to do it with a stick for people who have little room, and we'll maybe adapt it so that people can perhaps train it in their living room as well. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, first of all, obviously we have the kick. And there's a few little features in this we can look at. Now, this is not the best thing to do in your living room, so I've just completely bypassed this. I'll maybe do it without a sword so we can look at the structure as I'm doing it, okay? So the first thing here, okay, I'm placing my left foot forwards and the body quite central. Here, I'm holding the sword so that basically if I take a natural passing step, like so, that will naturally move the sword out of the line for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the sword in a natural balance point, so that when I step forwards with my foot, I'm going to kick the flat of the sword and it's going to rotate naturally. So this is basically minimising the amount of effort that I need to put into this. So once here, left foot forwards here, one, I move my foot forwards just as if I was going to one, kick it, and then let my foot swing back. Okay? If I do this on my left hand side here, same thing, right side forwards this time, here, foot kind of level with my instep so that a natural passing step takes it past that point of balance. And you see this is almost in line with my core. Here, 1, 2, here, 1, 2, here, 1, 2, and over. Okay, again on this side, here, 1, 2, 3, here, 1, 2, 3. Now, one of the most bizarre things I see people do when they do this is they stick the sword in the floor and then they kick the sword like this. Okay, that's number one bizarre thing to avoid. Number two bizarre thing is turning the edge towards your foot and then kicking the edge. Don't do that either. Mental. Okay, so the next thing we want to look at is the action that we're using in the hand. And the action that we're using in the hand, I think, is best described as corking a bottle. Okay, so we're looking at something like so. Here, one, pop. Okay, now when I pop, I naturally pull into the side of my body, and it's not coming past my body. I'm not trying to do this here. I'm really popping like so, kicking, and let the sword rotate naturally. Okay, so I'm going to do this again with the sword, and then we'll look at the action with empty hands. Okay, so action number one. You notice here, by the way, normal grip here, inverted, palm out, and my wrist here is bent, and that doesn't matter because once I actually kick the sword it's going to rotate into a position which is comfortable and the wrist will become straight. So here, 1, 2, 3, nice and relaxed. Here, now I'm going to start widening the arm out. Here, 1, widening the arm out, and again the more I get into this it's almost like having a yawn. Up. Okay, for those of you familiar with Bagkus, he was the inventor of the Montante. Here, okay, and this gives it a very nice feeling. Again, concentrating mostly on the rotation so that you're initiating the first cut from this position here. Okay, so next thing, looking at this from the viewpoint in empty hand. So here, one, picture you have the sword, obviously. Here, kick and pull. Place the foot back and you slip the foot back as you balance. So here, 1, kick, slip. Here, 1, kick, slip. So now we're going to make this large motion like so. 1, kick, slip. Here, 1, kick, slip. Okay, and we're just lowering the body down like so. Okay, now if you have a stick and minimal room, just imagine that you're doing that action here. So 1, down, here, 1, down, here. Okay, so you can really do this exercise in several different ways depending on the space you have. Okay, now something that is useful to anything really that we're doing within swordsmanship is the idea of being able to control our own balance, so that when we're going through this action here, 1, 2, lowering yourself down into position, still controlling your balance, okay? And this will be helpful really for whatever we do. The next thing is trying to look at how our knee is going to align at the end of the action and how our body is going to face. So we're going to look at this action, then we're going to leave the video and I'll continue on with part 2 hopefully tomorrow. So, part 1, here, lift, rotate, drop down. Now we're going to look at the front knee. The front knee wants to be locked forwards, and this is going to give us a kind of spring, a torsion in our body as we go. Knee forwards, toe also forwards. Body held pretty much in profile, more or less with the sword held flat at this point, or slightly turned, like so. Okay? So once more, I'm going to do this facing this way for you. Here, 1, up, 2, lock the knee in the direction you're going. Do not turn the knee in. One of the most common things we'll see is the knee turning like so. So we're going to lock the knee in place, turn the body into profile, really, really strong profile, arms behind us, engaging the spring as we go. Okay, and on the other side, here, 1, up, drop it down, turn the shoulder forwards, knee locked. So you can put your hand here and lock the knee out and then face forward towards your target. Okay, once more on this side. 1, again putting the sword point naturally inside the instep. Here, 1, rotate, lower yourself down, hold the poise, lock the knee, place the sword, look at where you're going to go, strong profile. Okay, so there's a simple point to stop at. Again, I want to show you this as an action without the sword, so you can still practice the actions inside in your home. You don't need to go out and have a big garden, you don't need a Montante, there's still certain things we can do. So simply to look at that action here, holding the Montante, kick and cork the bottle, lower yourself down, lock the position, check your knee, shoulder pretty much over your knee, leaning like so. Back leg straight, notice that I've tried to get a straight line down from shoulder down to foot. Same on the other side, here, 1, kick and lift, rotate down, body in profile, knee locked, back leg straight, trying to make this same line. Okay? Simple exercises you can do at home according to the space you have. You don't need a Montante, we can go through these exercises together. Okay? We are also going to be offering some of our classes online. Now the idea of that is at the moment we're using a Zoom application and we're basically running our standard classes for all of the different disciplines we do. We do 7 different disciplines a week. So we're hopefully going to allow access to people who aren't usually training within the academy. If that interests you, then bung us an email to londonlongsword@gmail.com and we will get back to you with pricing and that kind of thing. But we wanted to offer you something free that you can just use and you can train at home. Anyway, keep yourself well, keep your family safe, and speak to you soon.